Put the guns down. That's the call coming from leaders within Columbus City Schools and community advocates. The school district spearheading a new plan to tackle the issue of violence head on. Overnight in Columbus, round after round of gunfire. From the west side on Galley Court to the south side on Smith Road and Marion Village, where a juvenile was shot several times. The uptick in violence, examples of why Columbus Public Health identified gun violence as a public health issue 2 years ago.
Detail-oriented, inspirational.
Terry Green, founder of Think, Make, Live Youth, one of those community leaders taking steps to address the problem, starting here with kids at Independence High School.
This school right here, Independence, lost 2 young people to gun violence last year.
Following the deaths of those teens, his group teaming with Columbus City Schools launching the Guns Down program at Independence to address issues of violence and mental health. Green's nephew, Imperial Stewart, one of those young students who lost his life to gun violence.
I couldn't say my nephew, but being able to come back to the school and being able to be here to be a positive beacon of hope for young people to say that we can overcome those challenging circumstances and become leaders within our communities.
Counselors working right with kids in the school, helping them work through personal trauma, encouraging students to share personal experiences, helping them develop coping skills. Administrators believe tackling these mental health issues will help to get to the root cause of youth violence. The program is focused on those between the ages of 13 to 24. Students thankful for the support.
It kind of like creates a safe space for me. Like I feel like I could be myself.
So I just feel like this program just gave me a more understanding that guns are not necessary.
That thought a key part of the mission here. As a part of the program, students who take part are offered job training and any access to community resources that their families may need as well. Rodney Dunigan reporting. 36-year-old Arthur Scott Jr. accused of a horrific crime, appearing in court via video monitor as the victim's family sat looking at the man investigators say took everything from their family. The husband of 61-year-old Lee Chu Lin overcome with grief, rocked by her violent death.
Was a completely shot American dream.
In court Monday, calling on a Franklin County judge to keep the suspect in his wife's murder behind bars, pleading for a $100 million bond.
There is no bond high enough. We need to protect our citizens.
Court records indicate Scott, who was arrested Saturday, admitted to killing Lynn. Columbus police responded to a Northside extended stay late Friday, finding Lynn with traumatic injuries, the result of a brutal attack. Investigators allege hotel video showed Scott walking down the hallway and checking for open room doors before entering a room a short time before Lynn. Police indicate the video also shows Scott leaving the room without a baseball hat he was wearing when he went inside, a hat later found on the scene. Court records accuse Scott of hitting Lynn numerous times in the head and kneeling on her neck. Detectives say evidence indicates the victim was sexually assaulted as well.
I have to say, in the period that I've been on the bench and I'm about to cry, I don't think I've seen anything this hideous.
Scott, who's charged with murder, kidnapping, and rape, was ordered held on a $2 million bond. This is not the first time Scott has been in trouble with the law. Released from prison this past October, records from the State Department of Corrections indicates he served 3 years in prison for an abduction case out of Cuyahoga County. Back behind bars for now, charged with a series of heinous crimes. Rodney Dunigan reporting. For more than a year now, our investigative team has been looking into the fight over what to do with Columbus City Schools' various properties citywide. In February, the superintendent of CCS launching the new community task force to look into the issue. Only 6 meetings in, the teachers union president stepping away from the team, saying the focus isn't on helping families, just shutting down neighborhood schools. In October of last year, we looked closely into questions regarding the usage of CCS facilities amid growing concerns.
We have said over and over again, they are not good stewards of tax dollars.
Is the board reluctant to sell?
So, no, Lisa, we're not putting for sale signs up because we are committed to doing this right.
It's been an ongoing debate for years, one we've followed closely, from community leaders to school district administrators. Things really heating up ahead of last year's big levy vote. The district was asking for millions in taxpayer funding.
Merge the schools, and that's going to save money.
This is about the future and education of our students, and if we don't do this right, it will actually harm us in the future.
That levy passed, but one big question still remains as the district works to ensure every dollar in their budget is properly used. What to do with underutilized CCS facilities? Just months ago, the district superintendent launching the new Communities Facilities Task Force. Their focus, making the best use of the district's facilities. We were at that first meeting.
We're going to make the right decisions for the future of our kids so they can grow and learn.
Not even 6 months into the plan, problems. Columbus Education Association President John Coniglio resigning from the group, releasing this lengthy open letter to the district superintendent.
I think it's just time to sit down and try to do things differently. And this has just felt like more of the same. And quite frankly, I've been there. I've done that.
Coniglio stressing to us his concerns are for the students and families impacted by the potential closure of neighborhood schools.
Show me how closing your way, shrinking the district is making it more successful. Right? You can't close your way to greatness.
Columbus City Schools released a statement to us saying, "We believe our students, our teachers, and all of our staff must have access to the best curriculum, facilities, technology, and resources so they can be successful. That means focusing our resources instead of spreading them out." This bump in the road in this process comes at a tough time. The task force needs to have their recommendations to the community in place by this June. Those recommendations could include school closures that directly impact students and families. Rodney Dunigan reporting. Governor Mike DeWine states it plainly. The state pension systems have an obligation to retirees to ensure their investment portfolios and accounts are stable and financially sound. At this point, he isn't sure if the state teachers' retirement system is working in the best interest of retirees. It was back in September of last year when our investigators began digging into the investment practices of the state teachers' retirement system, talking to educators like Teresa Foster as they plan for the future.
I make decent money, but you don't want all of that money going towards living. You want to be able to have a savings.
The state teachers' retirement system provides benefits to 500,000 Ohio educators, managing a fund of $91 billion. 6 on Your Side investigators discovering STRS invests in nearly 2,000 companies, from Amazon to Apple and Kroger. In our prior investigation back in September, STRS Ohio told us it has a diversified portfolio and does not comment on investment strategy regarding any particular stock. Now, though, Governor Mike DeWine is calling for answers, pointing to recent audits pushing for improvements in performance and oversight of its board. The governor's office also received these documents that they released to us, detailing what DeWine calls disturbing allegations regarding the STRS board. Thursday, State AG Dave Yost taking action on the governor's concerns, opening an investigation into the actions of the Teachers Retirement Board, saying in part, pension board members are required by law to act in the best interest of the teachers, and that he will take whatever action is necessary to protect teachers against private interest attempting to hijack their retirement accounts. The AG's office says this investigation is in line with a commitment to rooting out any possible public corruption. Yost indicating the retirement system has a responsibility to work in the best interest of teachers and to protect their hard-earned income. Rodney Dunigan reporting.